What up, though? This is Nino coming to you with another of my little 2 cents or my 2 pennies. You know, I discuss all kind of opinions, from relationships, at times to politics. Of course, I love sports, do's and don'ts. I just kind of scan and check things and see where I take interest in, and then I just get on my little old, mindset, delve into it, and then I come to y'all, and this is what I does. Today, I'm going to speak on Anthony Ant-Man Edwards and the NBA desperately trying to make him the face of the NBA. The NBA is trying to thrust Anthony Ant-Man Edwards into the role as the new face of the NBA. Anthony Edwards is 23 years old. He was drafted number 1 by the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2000 at the University of Georgia. Anthony Edwards is 6'4", 225 pounds. Anthony Edwards' career stats is 28 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Anthony Edwards has been in the NBA for 4 years. He has had 2 All-Star appearances. And remember, Anthony Edwards was a member of last year's USA Olympic team. So Anthony Edwards does have some rewards and accolades, and he does have some stripes that can make things interesting as the NBA wants to make him the new face of that. Anthony Edwards is an excellent 2 guard. He's a scoring machine. He defies gravity with his high-flying jumping ability. I have seen him posterize more people in the last couple of years with sensational dunks than a la John Morant. Anthony Edwards has incredible athletic ability in comparison to possibly the greatest NBA player of all time, number 23 of the Chicago Bulls, Michael R. Jordan. Also, Michael R. Jordan can be considered the greatest 2 guard of all time. Anthony Edwards has told the NBA constantly, no, I do not want to be the face of the NBA. See, I believe Anthony Edwards is not with all the scrutiny, the pressure, and the interesting kind of perks and quirks that goes with being the face of the NBA. Anthony Edwards is, remember y'all, is 23 years old. I don't think at times he's with the suit and tie approach all the time. I'm not saying he's professional, but Anthony Edwards will come to the arena or a game and this some warm-ups, sweatsuits, and some flip-flops. Because remember, this is still a young kid. NBA former greats and NBA or ESPN analysts like Stephen A. Smith and other analysts on First Take panel think that Anthony Edwards is being non-gracious and somewhat not respectful by not accepting the tag of the NBA new face of the league. But remember, man, this is a grown man. The only thing Anthony Edwards is obligated to is his contract with the Minnesota Timberwolves to come play basketball for the years that he's under contract for the money or for what they are monetizing him for. Remember, again, Anthony Edwards' career stats are 28 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. That's what his obligation is. And he's obligating the Minnesota Timberwolves heavily. Anthony Edwards says, I don't want to be the face of the NBA because I just want to come, play basketball, play games, show up and show out, but I don't want y'all all in my personal life. I'm cool with what y'all want to be interested in me when I got the basketball in my hand. But when I don't have the basketball in my hand and I'm leaving the arena and I go to my other life, I don't need y'all all in it. Because we know people from social media to the public eye to this, you know, ESPN and all kind of media outlets. People will love you long you doing right. But soon as you doing wrong, they gonna knock you down. They gonna have negativity. They gonna come with that negative part of being a superstar, and we know how they will ride you down. Look at LeBron James, for example, possibly the GOAT, arguably one of the greatest NBA, or arguably the greatest NBA player of all time. 22 years served, 40 years old, and still playing at an incredible high level, an ambassador of the league. But much as LeBron James do good, it's always somebody on the other side trying to find out, or it's always somebody coming at LeBron James and saying that he's doing something that's not good, or coming with negative aspects of his life, trying to knock a man down. And LeBron James basically has been a good guy. Besides becoming the all-time NBA scoring leader, you don't really see LeBron James in a lot of off-the-court drama or being a spectacle to that part of his NBA life. But back to Anthony Ant-Man Edwards, man. You got to remember, this is still a young kid. He just want to, again, come, suit up, do his thing, and go home. And I was looking the other day, what's wrong with that? I have seen people like Carmelo Anthony said Anthony Edwards gonna sooner or later have to be the face of the NBA. Why? Because he's not the only young superstar. Victor Wembanyama is 21. You know, maybe he look at him as a candidate for the next face of the earth, next face of the NBA. Sorry, we can't forget about Luka Doncic, who has now a LA Laker. Luka is only 25 or 26, so possibly he can be the next face of the NBA. I'm just saying, don't put pressure on these young guys so much. They have enough with dealing with their NBA life, making their money, and also, you know, they have girlfriends. A lot of times they have kids. Let them just kind of do what they want to do. The main thing I'll see is you can't pressure nobody into nothing, because the more you pressure, the more the resistance going to come up, if you know what I mean. I think Anthony Edwards should have the right to decline if he want to be the face of the NBA. And it shouldn't be a lot of negative feedback, or the pushback shouldn't be coming at him so strong, because why? I mean, isn't this the United States of America? Isn't the NBA free of speech? I mean, can you do what you want to do? Why should he be suppressed and pushed to do something that obviously he's not comfortable with? Anthony Edwards seems like he just want to go home after an NBA game, probably play Madden, chill with his little lady, tend to his kids or whatever, or just be in the confines of his house. He don't want to always, soon a game is over, first thing, the media is rushing to him and ask him all kind of point of views about what's going on with this and what's going on with that. People, the media, everybody is not built for that. And even if they are built for that, they just don't want that. Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time, he has retired. But do you see Michael Jordan trying to be a sportscaster? Do you see Michael Jordan even trying to be a coach? Michael Jordan, only thing he has done since he has retired was build an owner of the team. My point I'm trying to make is people just want to go do their thing, especially celebrities, NBA basketball players. They have enough on their plate to just go and perform at a high level. Stop trying to make somebody something that they don't want to be. It's kind of like this. If you want to give somebody the lottery, but yet they not interested in the lottery, they don't want the lottery. Anthony Edwards is not interested. So the Stephen A. Smiths, the Kendrick Perkins, And I got to agree with Shannon Sharp, but Stephen A. Smith and Kendrick Perkins cut it out, man. And I respect y'all both. But Anthony Edwards don't owe the NBA nothing. He is obligating what he's supposed to do. Play basketball at a high level for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Try to lead the Minnesota Timberwolves to a good season in an 82-game schedule. Try to lead them into the playoffs and get to the conference finals and hopefully get to the NBA finals. Anthony Ant-Man Edwards doesn't have to be the face of the NBA. And if he does, let him do that on his own terms. Let him do that when the time that he feels comfortable about that. This is your man Nino with another little 2 cents. I just want to delve in on that Anthony Ant-Man Edwards. And I know a lot of people love him. I love him because he's a hell of a talent. But leave that young kid alone. If he don't want to be the face of the NBA, you got Luka, you got Victor Wembanyama, you got a lot of new stars coming up, young talent. Let them guys, come at them guys, inquire with them guys. Sit back and let somebody just kind of morph into being the face of the NBA without trying to put pressure on them and twist their arm and make them be the face of the NBA. This is your man Nino. Look,